thing. So on Monday, Tim Brando, Fox Sports, who's always got an opinion, many of them when it comes to college football, one of the little nuggets that he dropped that kind of, I don't think it went biased, but we didn't stop and look at it because our time and what we had coming up next was this one.
When I think back to my, the time when I began pounding the pavement about expansion, it was largely because of Boise State and what Chris Peterson had been doing. And they had like two really near misses. One field goal that went wide right during the BCS period that allowed Nevada to beat them, and it cost them a chance to play for it all. And I think that year was the year they beat Oklahoma in the Fiesta Bowl. So they truly were the fly in the ointment, the first of the flies in the ointment that I used to talk about on CBS all those years. And in a lot of ways, think about it, fellas. Boise State, Utah, and TCU were the three programs that elevated post-BCS. And two of the three have already gone to power conferences, and now one of the three is playing in the college football playoff. And Boise's still looking for a bigger home. I think it's the potential of Fresno State and Boise State being in another league within the next 12 months is very good. I'm telling you right now, these athletic directors in the Mountain West and a couple in a few other leagues are in major conversations right now with Yormark and Kliavkoff. You can look for a lot of realignment coming up. I think the Deion Sanders hiring at Colorado should send you a strong message about the direction of their program changing. I believe there's a very good chance that they may be coming the Big 12's way.
Well, there you go. I mean, there's kind of a lot there that he said in just 98 seconds. But, the athletic directors in the Mountain West and are gearing up. And what the conference he mentioned. But everybody's trying to talk to Kliavkoff and Brett Yormark. So there you go. There's your kind of realignment buzz of the day that, the schools are getting ready. And then you add into that, what we've heard from Kevin Warren, and we'll talk about that in a second too, that, this thing's not going to stop. And you got to be ready, when it's musical chairs right now, And so right now the music's playing for an indeterminate amount of time. You better be ready when the music does stop.
Yeah, that's South Florida.
Mm-hmm.
That's South USF, what it's like to not be ready when that time comes. And you imagine they're kicking themselves right now?
Yeah.
I mean, my gosh, you're about to watch, all these teams leaving the American. The American's going to look wildly different than it did. I don't agree with Tim, I will say, and I'll be happy to have egg on my face for this, but I don't believe that the Deion Colorado thing adds up to like Big 12 stuff. I really don't. I think that Colorado is going to sit in the pack for as long as it can possibly sit in the pack. At least that's just my opinion. I don't think that those two things are necessarily linked, although Deion could kill it in Big 12 country because he's been around here for so long and knows the area so well and has a number of connections. But yeah, I mean, it's a topic that went to the wayside once the season started and everything kind of cooled down. And but if you look back, you remember the summertime, I'm all talk about TV ratings and who could fit where. And I mean, I think you really do. You look at TCU, and if the Big Ten wants to go make a mark in Texas, I mean, where else are they looking? Mm-hmm. Texas Tech fan might raise it, but no. But like TCU academically has got it over them. I mean, football wise, and let's just give TCU credit for the fact that, as Tim mentioned, they were like the Mountain West team there for a while. They were the fun little like outside of the Big 12 Texas school, and having their success and all of that, and playing spoiler and getting to a Rose Bowl and doing all those types of things. Then they joined the Big 12 and kind of just become like everybody else, really. Had the great run with Boykin and company, and then kind of fell off after that, eventually leading to Patterson's departure. But here they are, and a little over a decade removed from not being a part of the club, they're in the college football playoffs Final Four. I mean, I think that's incredible, and really a testament to that athletic program and the school and the job that they've done to have that kind of an ascent. But yeah, I mean, realignment here in the next few weeks, and especially once the season wraps up, that is bound to be a hot topic once again, because I think we all feel like that's not completely over with. And TCU is kind of like my example of putting it out there. I know Kansas fans still hang on to every little rumor or blurb that they might get a Big Ten invite one day. West Virginia fans are always clamoring to be somewhere else, right? And we still don't know what the freaking Pac-12 TV deal looks like at this point in time. We don't know if Oregon and Washington are content or what other things that Kevin Warren might be thinking of. So I'm glad that we've been able to focus on games, and I'm glad that the focus on games is going to continue for the next several weeks. But that was just something when I heard Tim say that, my ears perked up a little bit like, huh? And, just going back and listening to it and revisiting it, yeah, I don't think that that's all calmed down by any means. I think we just kind of forgot about it. But there's more upheaval to come. I have no doubt about that.
Well, and to that point, Kevin Warren today, just said when
hold on.
Yeah.
Here it is. Grant Garrett.
Yeah. Kevin Warren today said, asked if at the forum that he was at in Vegas, if he's done expanding the Big Ten, he just said for now.
Yeah, there you go.
I mean, so there it is.
What a tease.
Again, for now.
Now, granted, he's in a position of power where he can play and flirt and kind of tease everybody. So he could knowingly have done that just to troll people. But I don't think that he really has any need to do that. So, yeah, for him to say that, I mean, they left it completely on the table the last time around. Like, they didn't shut the door. The season started. That's what happened.
Yeah.
The season got going, and we were all like, all right, let's just push this over to the side for right now. Now, granted, they've been able to remake the playoff during the course of the season, although the wheels were sort of in motion for that. But you can't really do much on the expansion front out in the public open eye, of course, during the season. But I have no doubts there's conversation still happening. I have no doubts that until everything is signed, sealed, delivered, saying this is where this team's going to be for the next 10 years, because, the Big 12 deal's been reported on, but there's nothing about a grant of rights that we've seen. There's nothing that's holding anybody hostage as far as huge buyouts go that we know of right now. So there are still a lot of questions that aren't quite – there's a lot of loose ends that haven't been tied up just yet that I think in the coming months we'll start to see those tighten up a little bit. In some cases, maybe not. It just leads to further discussion about what that could mean. But, yeah, expansion's not dead based on just recent comments.
All right, Jerry Chatham yesterday in the chat room. And, Jerry, I'm not sure if you're in it today or not. I've seen your name on occasion, but I don't get a chance to – there's a lot of you.